Welcome to another video. Welcome to the wild side, and I'm here in a very sunny Blackpool. I'm up here on Queen's Promenade. Yeah, Queen's Promenade, one of my favourite parts of Blackpool Promenade. And there's been a bit of a disaster, folks, yeah. You know when we had those storms on Monday night, which I filmed, the lightning storms, absolutely amazing storms where we had some pretty bad flooding after that. We had a couple of places in Blackpool were flooded. Even a house was struck down in Lytham. A superstore flooded. Tesco's, I believe Morrison's might have flooded as well. There was a lot of flooding going on, and that flooding caused untreated sewage up at Fleetwood to spill out into the sea. Now, the council and the United Utilities are advising people not to go in the sea off the coast of Blackpool. Okay, so I'll just read out what they say on the official website, but as we look down here now towards the sea, just look at that, folks. Doesn't that look absolutely awesome? The sea, well, it's like a turquoise colour, isn't it? Yeah, it's like a really, really nice colour, that, isn't it? Yeah, you wouldn't think, would you, looking at that it was dangerous to go into, and then it had all been contaminated. As you look this way, we're just north of the cabin lift there. You can see Blackpool Tower, probably about a good 2 miles that way. So let's see what they say, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to read this off the Blackpool Council website, which was posted on Facebook. So it says here that a pollution incident has occurred which is affecting some beaches across the Fylde coast. United Utilities has announced that during last night's storm, this was on Monday night, untreated sewage mixed with rainwater was released into the sea. Please be advised not to swim or bathe in the water at Blackpool Central, Bisping, North and South beaches until further notice. Wye Council and Fylde Council are also advising against swimming at Fleetwood and Cleveley's Beach, St Anne's and St Anne's North beaches until further notice. And I'm just going to have a look on the United Utilities page and see what they say. Well, I'll tell you what, it's absolutely roasting here today, and the wind is coming from the east as well. And they do say that the wind, when it comes from the east, it affects the colour of the sea, because normally the sea off Blackpool is normally like a brown colour. It's caused by the sand, because we get the winds coming from the sort of southwest, and it kind of turns the sand over, and that's how we get that sort of brown colour. And that's why the water looks nice and bluish kind of green today, because the wind is coming from the east. And I'll tell you something else, it's a pretty warm wind. Anyway, let's check out and see what United Utilities are saying. They're carrying out urgent repair work to a burst pipe which carries water after it had been treated and cleaned from Fleetwood wastewater treatment works into the sea. The treatment works is currently running at a reduced rate while engineers plan and carry out the repair work to the pipe, which lies 9 metres underground. Due to the location and complexity of the repair, and to ensure the work is carried out safely, this is expected to take some time while engineers install temporary pumps and 2,000 metres of overland pipework. United Utilities is balancing storage levels in the wastewater network along the Fylde coast using tankers around the clock to help reduce pressure on the site by transporting wastewater to other treatment sites. Unfortunately, during Monday night's storm that saw nearly 40 millimetres of rainfall in under 2 hours, the system temporarily reached full capacity at sites in Blackpool, and untreated sewage mixed with rainwater was released into the sea. So there you go, folks, that's what's happened, or at least that's what United Utilities are saying what's happened. Blackpool, Fylde Council and Wye Council are advising that the public should not swim at any of the beaches. I've already mentioned those beaches. I wouldn't swim at any of the beaches along the Fylde coast. I just would not swim at any of them at all. Would not go anywhere near the water. I wouldn't have dogs on there. Don't take your dogs on there. They do say that it's a very unusual incident. Well, there's not that often we get that type of rainfall, is it? You know, it's like a monsoon, wasn't it? It was literally bouncing off the road. It was unbelievable. So there you go. If you're coming to Blackpool anytime over the next week or so, I would not go in the sea. I wouldn't take a chance, you know. I really wouldn't take a chance. And it's actually made national news as well, and that's why I thought I'd do this video, because I've had a few people telling me about it. They say, oh Steve, that that news story about the sewage is on the news, on the national news. Yeah, I think we had a councillor on this morning, and she said it's okay to go on the beach. I'm not sure what she said, but the problem is, even if you go on the beach and the tide's out, will it not leave behind, you know, the bacteria on the beach when the tide has gone out? So even if you're not going in the water, you're possibly still walking on the on the sewage, or, you know, bits of it. So I wouldn't take dogs on the beach either. So there you go. It's a bit of a shame, that, isn't it? Yeah, we have some really nice clean beaches with all the awards. And as we look out here now, just look at that, folks. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm going to leave the details in the description so you can have a look for yourself. Check out those reports for yourself and see what you think. But I think it might be a while before you can go back in the sea safely. As we look out here towards Cumbria, it's a bit clearer today. So there you go, a little bit of news for you. A little bit unfortunate, that, isn't it? Yeah, what a shame that sewage going out into the sea like that after they had something like 40 millimetres worth of rain in under 2 hours. Yeah, so that was what caused the outflow. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description if you want to read up on it yourself, and I hope you like this video. If you do, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one.